Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Sporify Learn. Today let's continue about the module 4 that is in DBMS subject. If you want the same answer with PDF of all modules, please do DM me on Instagram. My Instagram account is Sporifii underscore learn is my account and it will be mentioned in description as well. You can check that. I'll be just briefing out it in the module wise video. I'll make sure to upload module like 1 to 5 in one short video also. If you want that, please do let me know in the comment box. It will be uploaded tomorrow morning itself so that you can focus and neatly focus and study all the modules. And if you're watching my channel without subscribing, make sure to subscribe and then watch the video. Let's start. First is about the transaction states and additional operations. First, you will be having active, then it will be partially committed, then it is committed, and if it is aborted, failed, and it will be terminated. Okay, this will be connected to abort. First, it will be beginning transaction, and next is about the read and write operations. End transaction is partially committed will be committed. Okay, that will be having. Next, you can see about the have given about the active state and partially committed and final. In active state it will performs read and write operations, you can see this. And next is about the partially committed state, that means it is entering the state after the final. Next is it checks all the successful transaction reach the commit point and all changes are permanently recorded in the database. That is about the committed state. And fail state, if it is aborted, the error occurs, or if it fails, this is called as fail state. That is the last state. And next is about the aborted and terminated. Aborted is nothing but rollback. Okay, you will be using. And transaction leave the system is about the terminated. That is all about this question. Next, if you have additional operation, begin transaction, read or write, end transaction, commit transaction, and rollback. These are the additional operations that you can focus. And I have given the theory part which is required in this. You can see that. And next is about the working of assertion and trigger in DBMS. Example, okay, now let's see what is assertion. They are the specify general constraint outside the scope built in relational model constraint. If there is a relational model constraints outside the scope, okay, now if there is a scope, outside that scope it will be having some general constraint for this relational model constraint. Okay, it can use create inter assertion statement also. General syntax is create assertion name you will be giving, and check condition will be giving. Salary constraint assertion we will be saying. First, the constraint is given as employee salary should not exceed the salary of the department manager. Okay, employee should be less than department manager, MGR we will be writing. Okay, this is the assertion. Okay, constraint which we have given. Create assertion salary constraint, check not exist, we will be selecting that from employee table E, employee M department D, where E dot salary, employee salary is greater than manager salary, where, okay, and if it is greater, what you have to do, yeah, department number is equals to D number, employee D number, and then manager SSN is equals to MSSN, that is manager SSN, and this is the department employee. That if it is violated, the query is not empty. Okay, now if this condition is satisfied, the constraint is failed and the error occurs. Next is about the loan amount. If you can see here, the total loan amount of the customer should not exceed about the 1 lakh. Okay, they have given. Check assertion sum flows. Okay, sum of loans you have given. Check 1 lakh greater than all. For all you have given, select customer name, sum of amount from borrower and loan, and where B dot loan number is equals to loan number, group by customer name you will be grouping. That is all about this loan. Okay, that should not exceed for 1 lakh total. Okay. Next is a number of assertion you can see. Next is about the trigger. It is nothing but the procedure that executes automatically when a specified event occurs in database. Okay, when you are performing some of the operations or any event occurs that in database, that the procedure executes automatically. That is nothing but create trigger and all you can give. Create trigger, trigger name, before, after, insert, update, delete, on, table name you will be giving for each row, for each statement, when, condition, and action. I hope you know this. You have finished your lab exam, right? In that you will be having for each row, for each statement, when and all the operations which will be performing. Components, if you see, event will be there, that is having different operations, insert, update, and delete. Next is about the condition, that is optional condition checked before the execution. Next is action. Action means when the condition executed true, you will be performing some action. Next is granularity. Granularity means that is nothing but for each row and for each statement you will be selecting particular row and particular statement. For that you will be giving some conditions. Okay, next let's see the example. First example is about the increase rank if salary increases by more than 10%. See, create trigger, what you will be performing, employee salary will be creating trigger. Before update of salary on employee, before what you will be doing for each row, begin if new salary is greater than old salary into 1.1 for what is that percentage, right? You will be calculating it in that you will be calculating divided by 100. Okay, you can take, and then what you have to do, new rank is equals to old rank plus 1. That means you will be increasing by 1. End f and end you will be giving. This is how you execute. Next is automatically calculate bonus. You'll be creating one trigger before insert or update on employee. For each row, begin new bonus is equals to new salary. Now what salary you will be getting, that into 0.03, that is 3%. if it is there, 3 divided by 100 will give you 0.03. that is how you will be executing. That means you will be multiplying new salary by 0.3 in order to get 0.03 means 3%. Okay, that is how, again one example I have given, you can check that. Assertion is nothing but checks condition. This is checks and modifies the data also, not linked to specified tables and all. This is specific, cannot perform actions, this can execute. And declarative constraints, this is event driven procedures. Next is about the system log. Demonstrate system log in a database transaction. What they have given is, what is system log? It's nothing but keeps track of all transaction operations that affect database items. The log is stored on disk and it is not affected for the cache and all. Next, what is the purpose is to maintain the records, help in recovery after failure if the system fails, and supports rollback and redo. That is, if system fails, you have to redo the operations which you have performed, right? That will help in this. Next is about the ensures database consistency. Now let's see what are the log records that you have to have. That is, first is transaction record. Start transaction record you will be having, that is used here, transaction record, and T is nothing but the, that is had started the execution. Write item record, that you will be writing the item T, X, old value and the new value for which you have to replace. Next is about the read item record, that is read item T and X, that is for transaction T, and database item X. Commit comma T, that is for transaction T you will be committing, and next you will be aborting, that is deleting it permanently. Abort T, that is for transaction T which you have named it. And next will be example, you can see start transaction T1, read item T1A, write item T1A, 5000 you replace with 4000, read item T1B, write item T1B, and here you replaced also 3000 and 4000. I hope you got this here. Okay, here we changed, right, T and X, that is the read item. And next you can commit and you have saved it. That's all for this question. Next, if we see the asset properties, this is one of the most important question in this module, and the first question, that transaction state also, there is chances of coming for 8 marks or even 10 marks are sometimes. First, A asset means what you will be understanding: atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Atomicity, it's nothing but the means a transaction, it is an indivisible unit. Okay, if you have some unit of work, that is nothing but the transaction that is happening in indivisible way. That is, example, if money transfer happens, amount detected from one account, amount added to another account, both operation must occur completely or neither should occur. See, it will happen fully. It will be detected and it will be received by someone, or it should not be detected, not be credited to someone. That is how this atomicity work. Okay, it's maintained by recovery system of DBMS. Consistency is nothing but take the database from one consistent state to the another consistent state. If you take total bank balance should remain consistent before and after transaction. Okay, now it is maintained by application programmers and integrity. So if you have before 1000 and you deducted 500, next also the 500 should be the balance. That is the consistent algorithm, that is consistency that follows. Next we can see about the isolation, that is the independence, means a transaction should execute independently of other concurrent transaction, that should be concurrently happening without having any dependence on any other variables. Okay, it prevents data update problem and cascading rollbacks. Next is about the durability. Last, once a transaction is committed, its changes are permanently stored. The changes cannot be lost even if system failures. That is maintained by a system log which we studied in the previous question, and also the recovery subsystem which is also for atomicity. That's all for this question. Next is about the stored procedure in SQL. Stored procedure is nothing but collection of SQL statements and procedural statements stored in the database under a specific name. Okay, that is happening code reusability, performance, security, and modularity. That will help in this. Okay, stored procedure features are stored permanently, can accept parameters, can contain SQL statement loops and conditions, executed whenever required, reduces network traffic. See, general syntax is you'll be creating a procedure with procedure name as begin, SQL statements you'll be giving end. Create procedure, get employee as begin, select what you will be doing from employee table end. Okay. Now executing the procedure is execute, EX, EC. You'll be using the command get employee. Okay. Next, this procedure, it will display all the table, that is record which is present in the employee table. Example with parameter is where employee number is equals to employee ID, that will be displaying the details of 101 when you execute the details of 101. Next, they have given a query. That is the last question for this module. Student SNUM, that is number, name, branch, level, age, and CNAME and all. First, we will be seeing what are the first question they have query asked. Okay, find the names of all juniors, that is level is equals to JR, who are enrolled in the class taught by one teacher. What you will be doing? Select distinct yes dot name, that is student name, that is from student S, and enrolled in E, that is class C, where yes number is equals to E dot yes number, C name is equals to C dot class name, and next is S level is equals to JR, that is they have given junior. So you'll be executing this query. Next, they have all classes, that must be either in room number 128 or have either more 5 or more students enrolled. First, you will be selecting the distinct class name. Okay, from class room number is equals to 128. Union, what you will be using? Select C name from enrolled. Okay, they have asked right from enrolled. Group by class name having count of some that is S number, that is student number greater than or equal to 5. They have said have 5 or more, so it is greater than or equal to 5. That is how you use this. Next is they have asked for all levels junior, that is print the level of and average age of that level. Select level, you will be using average of age as average age. Okay, next from student and where level is junior, next is group level by level you will be doing, as they have said the group that by level. Next is about the for each faculty member who has taught in room number 128, print the faculty name, member name, and the total number of students he or she has taught. First, you will be selecting faculty of name, count, that is you want the how many faculties, right, as total classes. How many classes they have taken, faculties. Now from faculty, F class C, F dot FID, faculty ID is equals to class ID. F name, we will be grouping by faculty ID and faculty name, having every classroom, that is classroom where they have taken is room 120. That is how you will be executing this query. And next is about the find the names of students not enrolled in any class. Select S name from student where S name is not in, where you will be selecting it yes num, that is student number from enrolled, and you will be executing this query and you'll be putting a semicolon in order to stop this. That's how this whole thing for module 4 works, and module 5 also I'll be uploading as soon as possible. And thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you have understood all the parts that I've explained in module 4, and thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure to like, guys, as I'll be uploading videos consistently. Make sure you like the video and then go ahead to watch the video. Thank you for watching. Until next video. Bye bye.